Good everyone, and welcome to today's video. And today, well, bonus video, I should say. And today we have a review on the Chinese M3A3 Stuart. Now, those of you that know me, I do love my light tanks, especially the Stuarts. The reason for it is simply due to their insane mobility, their great firepower, their trollish armor, as I've presented in a couple of videos and all that. And just overall, they're really fun to drive. However, this Stuart is packing a bit of a secret. It has a stabilizer. Now I know what you're thinking. Why would this thing have a post-war stabilizer where it can just stay on target at full speed, not give a fuck? It's not one of those stabilizers. As far as I'm aware, judging by what I can see on the cannon breech, obviously in the X-ray, it appears to be a gyroscopic stabilizer. I don't really know if Stuarts were fitted with those. I personally don't know. I know the Sherman was, but except for the 105 variant. Um, and well, if it has, it's got a gyroscopic stabilizer as far as I can tell. It works below about 10 miles an hour, so you're gonna have to obviously lower your speed, and this thing does not want to lower its speed. The only flaws I can find with this thing are two, and one of which can be fixed when you spade it. Number one, turning on the spot without the tracks module is not great. And the second, the brakes suck. The brakes are pretty bad. And obviously, if you're doing full whack at 30 miles, well, 36 miles an hour, you're gonna want to slow down, aren't you? Not the case for this thing. It doesn't really want to lose speed. But like I say, it's a fun vehicle. Don't get me wrong, it pretty much only has one flaw until you spade it. Now, what's funny is that it does have smoke grenade launchers on the side. And to be honest, you can't use them. I really don't know why they would model smoke grenade launchers on there, but to be honest, I'm not all that fast. They can just do what they like. Obviously, you get a coax 30 caliber machine gun, and you get a, so shall we say, commander's 30 cal machine gun. They're not that effective, but to be honest, most people at lower tiers don't even know how to pull out a basic dive. So if you hit them once and they crash, you'll get a kill anyway. I don't think I got any air kills. I'll have to show you the stats in a minute. I don't remember getting any air kills, but obviously stats are subject to change because I will be grinding the skins for these vehicles. But to be honest, it's not going to be much of a difference. This thing is definitely worth your time. And with it being at 2.3, you can team it up with the M5 Stuart, which its main selling point is obviously gyroscopic stabilizer and the reverse gear of the M5. This thing's got an okay reverse gear, but it's not spectacular. But yeah, it's going to be a pretty punchy combo. But obviously down there you can see the LVT-A4. I'll obviously give that review at some point. Personally, not impressed, but subject to your opinion. But this little guy, definitely worth your time. So let's go quickly over the armor. 25mm on the front, which is actually weaker than the M5 by about 3mm. Lower glacis 44. Sides and obviously the lower side and the rear are 25.4. The top is half an inch, aka 12.7. I mean, it's not the best in terms of armor, but it's a light tank. You're not really meant to be trusting your armor. And obviously the gun mantlet, being as trollish as ever, has saved me multiple times because people love going for the Stuart's gun mantlet for some reason. But like I say, this thing is definitely worth your time. Obviously, 4 crew members, and obviously you can see what I mean by the breach, but even so. So let's go quickly over my stats. Obviously, I won't be doing reviews on every single Chinese tank. That's one thing I'm not doing. So you can obviously look at my stats and it will give you an idea of my impressions of the vehicle. Now, obviously, another thing you may notice is the 349 Golden Eagles has gone down to 99, and there's your answer. T26 number 531. I just bought it because, well, I might as well. And to be honest, Gaijin don't seem to be able to give out a free event. And, well, if I wanted to, I could rant about the Chinese tech tree, but to be honest, I cannot be asked. So obviously, Chiha Kai, which is an absolute monster, as you can see. LVT, it's alright. T26, it's a T26. MA, and obviously M3A3, 17 kills, no air kills, 1 death. And that was in my second to last game to Spade it, where it took a shed load of hits before going down. MA, and then obviously the in-tree T26. Like I say though, obviously the LVT was pretty average, but let's see what the M3A3 Stuart can do, if it looks like that. So, the merch I'm going to show you, obviously, again, DT2 making a cameo appearance. He hasn't had a great time with this little Stuart. And, well, he had a bit of an incident with a stat padder who, well, they're stat padders, they'll always find a way to win. He had suspicion that the guy may have been cheating, because he knew exactly where DTT was at one point, but to be honest, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So in this battle, DTT was spading his M8HMC. I believe he got it done after this game, if I remember rightly, or it was the one after. Obviously, as you can tell down below, no parts, no FPE, no new shell, no spare retard, no nothing. First game in this tank. And as you can tell, mobility, even when stuck, is absolutely awesome. That's what brought me to the Stuarts. They're fast, they get the job done, and they're great little fun to drive. Obviously, I've brought 70 rounds. I would recommend 60. Personally, obviously, 60 of the upgraded shell. Maybe bring a couple of the lower tier shell if you want to. Personally, I don't see a point. But obviously, that is your own opinion. So, take with it how you will. Like I say, the actual speed of this thing is awesome. It really does drive nicely. It really does get the job done. Now, me and DT2 are going to spend a couple of minutes sat in this position. This is one of our favourite spots, just down by the pier. Because you can park your tank just behind this wall here to the right. And you can just sit there, really. So I am going to skip ahead, obviously, because of the fact that we sit here for quite a bit. We eventually do get bored and we do move on. We was just worried about people trying to flank to our spawn. That's why we came down here. And to be honest, we didn't miss much at the top side. Our team was... I mean, the T35 on our team was completely murdering everyone, but even so. And there was one point, I think it was when I finished spading the M3A3. DTT, I was driving like a twat, and he saw me crash, and I said, we'll edit that out, and he's like, nope, I'm showing that. So you might see a bit of bad driving on my part in DTT's upcoming spade reviews of these vehicles. Like I said, though, the Chinese tanks are rapidly becoming my new allied teams. I've had some horrible time. As you saw with the M8's win rate, it was like 13%. At this point though, M3, I would love to know how that shot ricocheted personally, but we thought there was only one there, and I was thinking, he's turned around quick. Obviously Kinney, he bounced off the front armour, first kill for me. DTT takes out the first one, and we work out at this point that there's actually two of them. We didn't actually know at the time. And DTT's taken a shed load of hits, he's backing up obviously, and I say to him, just don't worry, I'm flanking. And obviously I drive around the corner, bang, job done. Second kill for me. Obviously, he took a few hits. I think he needed a repair. Well, I don't think he needed a repair. He just took a couple of 50s for the turret. but he's fine. He'll live. He won't survive this battle. Spoiler alert! And to be honest, some of his like I'm not saying this to take the piss out of you, mate, but some of your reactions to situations are fucking hilarious. You don't know how hard it is to not laugh. The other day, I think we was in. Oh, what was we in? Was it? I think it was in the. What would it have been in? Would have been in the M8. He'd obviously been a bit further behind than me, and oh, it was some of the things we both came out with. To be honest, I was just as bad because we had some shit teams. DTT's had alright fun with some of the vehicles that the Chinese tech trades presented him, obviously most of which he's spaded on his channel already. But to be honest, he's less experienced with ground forces. He fully admits that. He's not the best, obviously. But the thing is that he's learning, and he's learned a lot from when he started. Obviously, I've given him advice along the way and everything, and it's just gone from there. So obviously, with about 6 minutes left to go, and obviously I'm going to put 4 times speed again, because we do sit here for a bit. You're probably thinking, how many kills are we going to get this game? Well, if you paused it, you're cheating, is all I'll say. If you paused it when I loaded up the actual thing, you're just cheating, personally, because, well, that's not the point. The point is that I want you to see what a stock M3A3 can do, personally. Obviously, you do have to have a bit of luck on your side, and obviously the armor does come in handy here. Obviously DTT is opening up, and at this point, I pretty much just do a Tokyo drift around the bloody corner, and I go, hello there. I take out the M8, DTT is going for the Argo Co. I say to him, right, go for the transmission. Take out the transmission, and DTT finishes him off with a heat round. I get the assist, always nice. We nearly get strafed by a friendly in a D371. I find my 30 cals on displeasure, but I didn't actually aim for him, I just fired a warning shot. But obviously, this little guy was a lot of fun. Here comes a M3, shot ricochets off the rear, and well, there we go, 4th kill. Obviously, I'm turning around the corner at this point, checking. Wasn't actually sure if there was anything there. At this point, I just sit here, but of course the guy comes screaming around the corner. Doesn't see me. That's the 1st Armored Division variant. The premium one. Not like it mattered. 5th kill. There's your race. What can I say? This thing was a lot of fun. I mean, I love the Stuart. Always have. And getting to drive another one, well, another 2, I should say, is just, it's heaven on earth, because I love the Stuarts. Honestly, America, you made some fucking great light tanks for these little guys. Obviously, at this point, this is where it starts to get a bit weird. Obviously, the ricochet, I don't think that should have happened. Penetration, I won't want to take out the commander and everything. That shell, for some reason, doesn't kill him, but yet the RBT-5's 45 manages to just murder him. I don't know why. But 30 cals are enough to take out an M13. They actually nerfed the M13's front, so you can technically kill it with 30 cal. The driver's bulletproof glass has been removed, so 30 cals will go right through it, so that's how I was able to get that kill. So obviously we're up to 6 now. DTT is on 2, I think. Obviously he missed his shot. I'm there like, I've got him. I went for the gun. I shouldn't have gotten this kill, but as you saw there, I actually ricocheted off the gun barrel and it went into the crew compartment. Obviously I was going to leave it for DTT, personally. I was going to take out his gun barrel so then he could get the kill. But it ricocheted at that angle and I got the kill somehow. I don't know, but personally I didn't want that kill. I wanted to leave it for DTT, but even so. The only reason why it's saying that is because I had some optic damage, which apparently optics are now repairable. I don't see a point. But obviously, we captured a point, and a few seconds later, DCT gets nailed by an M2 medium. So what do I think of the M3A3? As I said, stonkingly fun tank. Absolutely love it. It's so fun to play. I really do have to admit that. It's much better than the LVT, in my opinion. Obviously, I'll cover that. I'll probably do that at some point. I am working my way down the Chinese tech tree. So obviously you're gonna get the LVT. The only other ones that I'm planning to review, the M3A4 and the T-34 1943, as well as the Type 65 anti-aircraft. But other than that, that's really it for the moment in terms of Chinese Spade reviews. If you do want to see others, I mean, I can, but I just don't really want to review the copy-paste stuff. Like I say, let me know. But anyway, I highly recommend this tank. Team it up with the M5 and you will have a blast, is all I'll say. I'll see you all on the next one.